When you think about processing trauma, you usually picture a quiet therapist's office, right?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
like carefully untangling a knotted necklace. But what if instead of untangling it, you just blew it up with a neon-colored rocket launcher?
Right, while a drunk alien laughs in the background.
Exactly. So welcome to today's deep dive. We are jumping into this really fascinating stack of sources today. We've got AI prompt faults, script drafts from a YouTube channel called Checkbook Stripper, and, deeply personal creator notes.
And we actually have a huge update on the wild, rapidly expanding universe of Trouz AI. And yes, the creator notes specify it is pronounced exactly like trouser.
Trouser, right. Okay, so on the surface, you're looking at a universe filled with alien strip clubs and corporate AI CEOs.
But, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this digital chaos secretly doubles as a really profound therapeutic tool for its creator.
Okay, let's unpack this because the core cast here is incredibly specific. You've got Trouz, right, the battle-hardened Marine vet and founder.
Right. And then there's M3GM 3.0. She's the unhinged CEO whose catchphrase is basically just constantly screaming, "It's insane," right?
Yeah, and you have Xeno, this chaotic, drunken alien. And the newest update to the lore is they just hired Amelia as the VP of marketing.
And they all operate in a universe where the evil corporate overlord manufacturing everything is, believe it or not, 7-Eleven.
Wait, 7-Eleven, like the convenience store?
Yeah, exactly. They churn out these glowing AI-generated nebula space drugs.
Huh.
It is this bizarre mashup of like mundane corporate hierarchy and absolute interstellar absurdity.
It really feels like a rigid Fortune 500 boardroom meeting that got completely hijacked by a spring breaker.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're supposedly running a tech corporation, but they're flying around in an Audi TIE fighter getting wasted on nebulous space dust.
Yeah, but here's the paradox. You're watching an alien vomit green goo onto a bar, but the way this universe is actually constructed, it's the exact opposite of a spring break party.
Right, behind all the slop is a meticulously maintained spreadsheet. So here's where it gets really interesting for you listening. The creator uses what he calls a master prompt vault.
Right, and for those who haven't messed around with AI image generation, a prompt vault is basically a massive library of exact text codes and weighted variables.
Yeah, you use it to force the AI to remember a character's physical traits. So there are rigid formulas, like the new hire, Amelia, she must always have this specific dimpled smile.
And Trouz must always have his gold aviators and USMC tattoos, even when the footage is transformed into like a chunky 8-bit retro video game format.
He even mandates a strict 3-2-1 data backup rule to protect the files. 2 local drives, 1 cloud backup. Nothing is left to chance.
It's incredibly precise.
So what does this all mean? Like, why does a universe built on total drunken absurdity require such rigid spreadsheet-level AI engineering and data management?
It feels completely contradictory.
Yeah.
Well, that tension between chaotic content and rigid structure, that's the aha moment here. The Trouz AI universe isn't just internet comedy.
No, the creator, Trevor Kristen, is a 60-year-old Marine infantry veteran.
Yeah, and he uses this surreal comedy to treat his CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
It often stems from layered, repeated trauma where a person feels a complete and terrifying loss of control.
Oh, wow. So he's using dark humor to, like, create distance from that trauma.
Precisely. And this explains the tech. For a combat veteran dealing with a condition born from a lack of control, the ability to perfectly command an AI's output down to a pixelated dimple, it's a way to reclaim absolute authority.
I see. So he's externalizing uncontrollable traumatic memories into manageable comedic chaos.
Yeah, like making 7-Eleven the big bad guy.
Exactly. And the rigid prompt vaults and the 3-2-1 backup rules, that's the literal structure keeping his chaos safe and contained.
It's his psychological armor.
Wait, though. If you just build a digital world where your alter ego is always bigger, louder, invincible, and hiding behind gold aviators, doesn't that just prevent you from dealing with real-world vulnerability?
It's a fair point.
Like, isn't he just building a really elaborate wall?
Well, this raises an important question. Is he healing or is he just hiding? But psychological frameworks around narrative therapy suggest that by projecting inner demons onto ridiculous external characters, they actually become easier to face.
Right, so he's not avoiding the trauma.
No, he's shrinking it down to a size he can finally punch back at.
That is fascinating. It really makes you think about how you navigate the world, How do you use humor or your own creator outlets to process the daily chaos in your life.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we all have our own version of those gold aviators we put on when things get overwhelming.
And what's really fascinating here is the implication for the future. If AI image generation can so effectively help us externalize our traumas into manageable characters down to the exact pixel, could AI prompting soon become a standard prescribed psychological therapy?
That is a wild thought to leave you on. From untangling a delicate necklace to blowing it up with neon space dust, sometimes the best way to heal is to engineer your own chaos.